My name is Gary Groner. I'm with Johns Manville, located in Denver, Colorado, and my role is really to lead the energy function at Johns Manville, from a procurement, working with the conservation and efficiency, as well as policy development. At Johns Manville, we have over 40 plant locations around the world. Our primary product is to produce fiberglass, fairly energy intensive with respect to natural gas and electric usage. We have large ovens, large furnaces that actually melt the glass, and we consume quite a bit of energy at each one of those facilities. Johns Manville's energy goals are fairly simple. I mean, obviously we're trying to reduce cost. We're trying to conserve energy as well as promote energy efficiency within our plants. If you look at our products, most of our products, being fiberglass insulation, go to reducing, really the world's energy consumption, and we have, likewise goals internal to reduce. We also have a corporate energy goal in terms of MMBTUs per unit of production that we try to target and to attack each year. I started working with Internoc about 4 years ago, and I picked Internoc as a result of a competitive bid solicitation. As demand response programs were being rolled out across the country, I was working with a number of different suppliers, and it became cumbersome. So I did a request for proposal, invited Internoc into the proposal, and they won the bid. Demand response is something that personally I have worked with for a long time in my career. From my chairmanship of ELCON, which is Electricity Consumers Resource Council in Washington, D.C., we actually worked with industry to try to get the same treatment for our load as did a supply-side resource. And we did a lot of policy development in that area. Of course, Internoc has made that a reality by the tools and the measures that they've put in place, and their involvement in the regulatory communities and with the states trying to get DR programs out there. So personally, I've worked with demand response for a very long time, and Internoc has actually made that a reality for us in many locations. At a time when perhaps I didn't even know, I knew that I was promoting the right principle, but I didn't know how I'd take advantage of it. Internoc made that a reality for us. Internoc has really helped us with respect to our goals by reducing our cost. As well, the next step with Internoc is to try to figure out how we can reduce energy as well as just getting a payment from the independent system operator. Also figuring out how we can take it to the next level. But Internoc, if you look at what it's done to reduce our energy bill, I mean, perhaps up to 5% of our energy bill we're getting back through demand response payments at particular locations. With respect to demand response at our plants, I think originally we were a little tentative. What is this? Why do we want to be involved? I really had to work at the management level to get their buy-in, and obviously Johns Manville is very attuned to energy cost reduction. So getting the plant management buy-in was the key. Of course, then you have to implement it to develop a plan for curtailment. And I think, once we were able to do that and really then show them how much money they saved through participating in these programs, we got, more and more involvement. And then the plants that weren't involved, who were talking to folks who were involved, obviously wanted to be a part of it. So, the big key then is, how do we do it at our plant? How do we get excited about it at our plant? And in cases where those programs don't exist, I mean, we're hoping that they will exist in the future. The Internoc team is, I think, extremely customer focused, innovative, bringing solutions to bear. I mean, we really have just barely tapped into all of the technology capabilities that Internoc brings. We've started working with Internoc now on energy efficiency, but if you really look at what Internoc brings to us, I think it's a lot of innovation, a lot of technology, ways to do things in a simple format, and we're just barely tapping into that expertise. But at the same time, Internoc, to me, has been a very, very important market player in regulatory arenas. I don't think without Internoc we really wouldn't have had the development of demand response programs and the way that we've been able to take advantage of them across the country. So I think that's really a key for me.